What's up, guys? Welcome back to Trading Off Tilt. I'm Ryan, and today we're going to be going over a little bit more bearish of an Elliott wave count on Bitcoin, and that is the zigzag scenario. So this is all a wave A down here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're currently coming up for a wave B and have yet to come down for the wave C. So let's just go ahead and let's zoom in together. I could go through it with you guys real quick. So this would all be a wave 1, obviously, through a 1, 2, extended third, up for a fourth, down for a fifth. Wave 2 would be a little bit interesting, where this is all a zigzag, but it's a leading diagonal into a zigzag for wave B, into an ending diagonal for wave C. That's at least how I have it right now. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that leads us to wave 3, which is also a little bit interesting, but this would be, I think this is my best way of subdividing it personally. So this would be a wave 1 up for wave 2, 3, 4, 5. I originally had wave 3 down here like this. I still had this truncated fifth wave, but the problem is that if you were to subdivide this, then you'd have to put the first wave of this third wave right here, up for a second wave, down for a third, probably right here, fourth, fifth, and that would make this third wave the shortest wave of this whole impulse. So it didn't really, that's why I'm not doing that, but I'm sure maybe there's a proper way to do it where the third wave isn't the shortest impulse out of this entire impulse. But I think the best way, at least visually right now, is to put the third wave right here and the fourth wave up here. But yeah, that's how I have it. And then wave 4 would be a WXY, so it would be a triangle correction, an A, B, C, D, E, like this, into a wave X for a zigzag for an A, B, C, and then wave Y is a zigzag as well for an A, B, C, and wave 5 would be wave 1 right here, up for wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, up for 4 for an expanded flat, A, B, C, and then obviously wave 5 down here. So that leads us to this current price action, which I would subdivide actually as an A right here. So there's a couple options I guess we could have, but for this bearish scenario, you would have to assume this is an A, B, C correction, because if this isn't a zigzag scenario, let's assume, let's go to a more bullish count. Nope, not that one. Sorry, I'm trying to find the count here it is. So let's assume that this is all a WXY. Then in this case, this count could be accurate, where this is all a leading diagonal for wave 1. But the only reason that it wouldn't be accurate for this count right here is because if it is a zigzag, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this wave B, so I'll go ahead and label it for you guys. So imagine this is a leading diagonal like this for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave A is right here. This wave B would retrace way too much for a zigzag. Typically in a zigzag, you don't want to see wave B retrace past the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. In this case, it comes all the way past the 886. So I think, in my opinion, it's more likely a flat, where you'd label it like an A, B, C, down for a presumably a WXY for a, this would be a W wave right here, up for an X wave, down for a Y wave. So I put B right there, and we're currently coming up for a C wave. And yeah, you'd put W here, X here, Y here, like that. So this would be a regular flat, where wave B does not take out the beginning of wave A, and it makes a higher low. So in this case, you want to be looking for about the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension of wave A to be hit. So you pull a Fibonacci extension tool from the beginning of wave A to the end of wave A, and you compare it to the beginning of wave C or the end of wave B. And in this case, it would come in at about 37.1K, give or take some. But you don't want to look at this level as a level to just blindly short, obviously. You do want to look for areas of confluence around it. So let's pull a Fibonacci extension, or let's pull a fixed range from the beginning of the range to the end. And we see the point of control comes in at about 32.8K. And that's probably not going to be the end of wave C, because typically in a flat you want to see wave C come up to at least the 0.618 Fibonacci extension level of wave A. So if it doesn't even come up to this level of 34.1K, I'm probably not even going to consider it a flat. I'll probably have to revisit the drawing board and see what else it could be if it still is a bearish count and this is a zigzag. So I'm looking for it to go higher, preferably around this 1-to-1, maybe a little bit higher. But let's look at this fixed range. We could zoom in a little bit. And we see the value area high right here at 38K. We see a high volume node up here at 38.8K. So we have those two levels around the 1-to-1. We also have these high volume nodes, but I'm not going to give them too much significance right now. Let's pull out some high time frame levels, so like weekly levels. Oops, that's not the right thing. So, okay, so we have a weekly level at 35.3K and another one at 39K. And I like this 39K weekly level personally because there's a high volume node right around it. So if you actually pull this fixed range from the beginning of the range and you actually pull it a little bit closer to see everything to the right of this rise here, you can see that there's a high volume node right here and right below the weekly level that hasn't been tapped yet. So we have yet to come up to revisit all this volume up here. And since there's a weekly level right here, that offers pretty good confluence. So I'm looking for something like this right now. This could all be the end of a wave 1. We're coming down for wave 2, or this could be a shallow wave 2 perhaps. Come up for wave 3. I don't know where the wave 3 is going to end up being. Could end up being around the 1-to-1. Down for the wave 4. Up for the wave 5. And I have to admit, it's a little bit premature trying to guess where the end of C is going to be at this point, because if this is only wave 1, then you really don't want to be looking for it. You don't want to be like estimating where it's going to be this far ahead of time, this early in advance, because you just don't know how far wave 3 is going to make its way up. Wave 3, for all we know, could be very short or it could be very long, which would change things drastically. But I just want to bring to your guys' attention this. I think this is a very important level if we make our way up there to 39K to look for the top of wave C. And yeah, let's go ahead and zoom out so I could show you some ideas of how this could play out. Okay, so I went ahead and zoomed out to the daily chart and cleaned it up a little bit. And the main thing I want to cover is that it's really anyone's best guess if this is all an A, B, C to complete this B wave, this primary B wave, and then we make our way down for this C wave. Because alternatively, this could all be the first A wave of this primary B wave, and then we come down for another B wave and up for a C wave, and then roll over and come down for this primary C, in which case this primary B would go right here, and this would all be an A, B, C, or it could be a WXY for all we know. So I wanted to bring your guys' attention to this scenario, because it doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the top of wave B. We have to see what happens off this peak. So if this is all an A, B, C to complete this B primary wave, we want to see an impulsive breakout to the downside to kind of show that it might be potentially this wave C forming. So another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But regardless, if you do short the C wave of this flat, then you should still be able to make money, because if you use a trailing stop loss or if you take profits on the way down, then even if we come up for this C wave right here, you'll get stopped out in profits, or you'll have already taken profits. But yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to show you in that regard. Also, obviously, you don't want to see wave C take out the high of this wave 1. So if this is all a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you don't want to see wave 4 overlap wave 1, because that would not be a valid impulse. So we do want to remain above this 14K level. But let's zoom in and I can show you some levels that I'm looking at. I've already kind of gone over this in previous videos, but just to reiterate very quickly, I'm mainly looking at this order block right here around 23 or 24K for wave C. Alternatively, we have the golden pocket, which goes all the way down to about 26K. 26, or actually it goes a little bit lower than that. So it's actually 27 to 24.7K-ish. So we could bottom out in this order block right here around 26.5K-ish. Also, I'm looking at this one, like I said, around 23, 24K. But if those don't hold this support, then I'm looking down here around 19, maybe 18 to 20K for wave C. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna go over in this part of the video, and I guess that's all I'm gonna be covering today in this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And we have a Discord server now, so come join us. The link is in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.